Hi, today I'm going to be going through my AQA A-Level Computer Science NEA testing section for my chat program. First of all, I'm going to bring up my testing section in my project document and show you the tests that we're going to be doing. We've got 10 tests with separate sections under each, which are creating users, showing notifications, showing full screen notifications, uploading files, downloading files, exporting chat history, joining group chats, leaving group chats, filtering groups and users, and searching the chat for specific strings. I'm going to move this over onto my second monitor so I can still see it while we're testing here. If I open the chat, then the first test was creating a new user with the username John Smith. So if we get that and put that in there, we get a user called John Smith, which is the correct output. So that's fine. If we then have to reset the program there, delete all the data. Our second test for the creating a user was to test it with erroneous data. So we've got a smiley face Unicode character, and we've got some exclamation marks at the end of the name. And the program should cut these off and just display the username John. See what happens. Yep, that's worked fine. You can see his name's John. So that's good. And our final test for this one, if we delete all the data again, is to try and put in a user with no name. It shouldn't let you do this and should tell you that your username must be a string containing no other characters other than alphanumerical and cannot be nothing. So if we do that, yeah, my name must only contain letters and numbers and cannot be nothing, so that's fine. And it just closes the program, doesn't load in or anything. Our second test is showing notification cards when receiving messages. So here I'll load up the program, putting my name in. There we go. And the test data for this was default high cards setting to be true, which it is here. Custom high cards setting, so if we were to do it in a chat with myself here, the custom high cards should be at default, which it is. That's this one. My status should be online, which it is, and the priority of the message we're sending should be high. If we go test 2.1, as you see, we get a notification card down here in the bottom, and you probably heard the audible beep there. We can click on view to see the message if you want. That's for safeguarding procedures, because if a teacher gets a notification in a classroom, it may contain sensitive material that you don't want students seeing. That's why that's there, and then we can dismiss it. So if you're wondering, the reason I'm getting notifications from myself is because this is a specific build, and I set it to allow messages from your own user. In the final build that goes out to teachers, they won't be able to get messages from themselves. So if they type messages to themselves or in a group chat, then they won't receive any back from their own user. Anyways, on to test 2.2. 2.2 is with default high cards to true, and changing notification high cards custom to enabled. So if we go OK and then do test 2.2, we get the notification again, which is again what should be happening. 2.3 is with default to true, but the custom setting to off. So this time we shouldn't get a notification card. We'll still probably get the notification sound because that's a separate setting to the card settings, but the card shouldn't show up. So yeah, you see we got the sound, but we didn't get any card, which is what should happen again. 2.4, we've now got to change the default setting for high notifications to off, and change this back to default setting. 2.4. This time we should get, again, no notification card. Hopefully that happens. Yep, no notification card, so that's perfectly fine. 2.5 is with this enabled, so this time it should override the default permission and we should get a notification card again. Test 2.5. Yeah, so the notification card showed up again, which is again perfectly normal. And then test 2.6, the last one for this set, is to set high to disabled. So we should get no notification card again, which happened perfectly fine, so that's all right, and those set of tests went great. Oops, I've just turned two things off now. That's not what I was trying to do. Test 3.1 is similar, which is testing full screen notification showing for urgent messages. So for this, default urgent cards, this one should be true, which it is. Custom urgent cards should be at default, which they are. Our status should be online, which it is, and priority should now be set to urgent. This is an urgent message. So if we send this, we should get a notification card like normal, but we should also get a whole screen notification, which is there to make sure that teachers do not miss any messages that are sent to them as an urgent priority message. Like that. So that's working perfectly. You probably also noticed that there was a different sound chime to the normal notifications. That's also unique to urgent notifications, to make sure, yet again, that they absolutely do not miss urgent messages that need to come through. So that would be used, say, if like a child was missing, or if they needed to, I don't know, find something else that was like a really important thing for the teachers. Anyways, test 4.1 is checking that users can upload files. For this, I've got this little image that I'm going to try and upload. So if I click on send file down here, this will take me to desktop. I don't want desktop, I want downloads. And we're going to be uploading this image, so when we upload this, we should get a messaging chat with a link to its location, which can then be downloaded by other teachers. So yeah, we get the link there, and then teachers can click on this to download it on their other computers. Test 4.2 is doing the same thing again, but it will store the file separately to the first one. So say if a teacher got another file with the same name, they could click on it here and click open, and it should store it separately, which it has done. So that this 0.1 means that it's a separate file to 0.0. And we can see that if we go to the public data, and file uploads, and here they're two separate files. The files here on my desktop would be stored in separate network locations in the school system, so the public data would be stored in the network drive for apps, so every individual teacher can see this from any computer, and then the private data would be stored in the teacher's network location, so only that specific teacher can see it, but they can see it from any computer that they log on to, so that saves the settings between their computers, which is helpful. Test 4.3 is trying now to upload a large file. For this I'm going to use this Ubuntu image that I had lying around from when I was trying to create my bootable USB, which is over there at the minute. So if we try and send this, it's 1.86 gigabytes, as you can see there, and it's too big to put on the network drive, because if you put too many of these in, it'll just fill up the drive, and we don't want that. So if we press this, it tells the user that the file was too large to send, and then it prints out the file size limit, which is 50 megabytes in this case. So we say OK, and then it also hasn't uploaded, and we can double check that if we go to the file uploads folder, we can see it's not there. So that worked fine. On to test 5. Test 5 is users can download files. So if I quickly send a new file, I'll grab this one off my desktop, and then 5.1 is just downloading this straight away, and if we download this, it should download it to our downloads folder and then open the downloads folder for us to see the file. So if we click on that, there it is. We can get rid of this now, we don't need it anymore. So yeah, you can see this file's here like normal. So that worked, and it opened the downloads folder for us. So if we close that again, test 5.2 is trying to download this again, but it should save it as another copy of the file. So if you click that, it's opened the downloads folder again, and here you can see it's a separate copy to the original, which is good. Now, if we leave the link here, but we go into the public data and we manually remove that file, this would be simulating, say, if the file was removed after a certain amount of time, because files are removed after 5 days or a week, to make sure that the network drive doesn't get too full while teachers are using it. So after that amount of time, the file's deleted, and if they try to open it, they get a notification saying the file no longer exists and it must be resent. And it doesn't open the downloads image because nothing is there to download. Test 6.1 is testing the export feature. So here you can see we've already got a nice variety of messages, so we can just use this. And then you go into chat, export chat history, and then 6.1 rather is testing as RTF, which is a rich text file. And it opens the downloads folder for us, which is fine. And then if we look in this is a Word rich text file. So that's what this looks like. You can see you maintain like your bold text and your normal text, and you also get colored text like the notification symbols, so you get orange and red and purple, and each message is displayed on the new line, and it's displayed also in the same format as the chat, so that helps with not needing to know two separate formats of text. You know one, then you know the other. Yeah. Now if we go back under export chat history, test 6.2 is testing the as.txt, which is just a plain text file. you see it downloaded it, and here I'll actually close that again, and here I'll remove it, because we need to see if it opens the download folder for us as well. Export it as txt, it did open the downloads folder, and we've got our text file here, which again looks the same, except it doesn't have any formatting, it's just plain text. So everything's in normal, nothing's bold and nothing's coloured, but you do get still the right character shape for the messages. So here the empty triangle is high, the filled triangle is urgent, and then the diamond is normal priority. So you can still see that even though it's not coloured or bolded or anything. And again, uses the same format as the chat box in the program. We can remove them now. Test 7.1 is testing that users can join a group chat. So if we go under user and we go edit groups, this lets you join and remove groups. 7.1 is joining a group called mass department, normal casing for 2 individual words, and we click add, and there you can see it's been added to our list of groups, and we can click OK or apply to get it, and there you can see it's now in a list of users. We can adjust the size of the split box to make sure it all fits on the screen. That's good. If we edit groups, we can remove that one. And 7.2 is testing, again, a bit of an errorness string like we did at the start with the creating a new user. We've got a smiley face Unicode character, and also the casing is all uppercase for maths, and they've kind of got lowercase dept for department on the end. And what the program should do is remove the smiley face character and then make the casing more formal, so you get the capital M and the capital D, and then everything else is lowercase. So we click add, and it's correctly sanitized that. And if we click apply, we can see we've got that group chat in our groups here again, which is how it should be doing it. Let me remove it again. Test 7.3 is trying to add an empty string. So what happens if we add a group name with no name at all? It should just not add anything. So we've got our all chat here, and there should be nothing new added. So if we click add with an empty text box, you can see nothing's being added, it's just still all. And if we click apply and OK, you can see there's no new groups in our group chats here. So that's working perfectly fine. Test 8.1 is checking that users can leave a group chat. So here I'm gonna add back the department group and apply that. You can see it's over here. So to remove a group, rather than typing in the name, you just click on the group that you want to remove, and you click the minus symbol, and then click apply or OK again, and you can see the group's now gone. So that's exactly what should be happening. Next is 8.2, which is the all group. The all group is one that all teachers are in when they create their first account, and they shouldn't be able to leave it. So if we try and leave this one here, it should tell you that you can't leave it, and it won't remove you from the group. So yeah, you can't remove the all group. So you just say OK, and then you can't, like clicking apply, it's still there, so it's not going to remove it from your groups. So that's the removing tested, that's all well and good. 9.1 is testing that users can filter groups and users by string. So here, if I try to search for just the all chat, that has not, it is not searching for just that. So here, if we move the splitter, I wonder if it'll, yeah, see, moving the splitter forces the groups and users to update. So what's happening here is that it's searching or filtering the groups by this, except it won't update the panel until it's forcibly updated. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's open our code here. And that should be under, oh well, we can just jump straight to it if we go, yep, where's this? Ah, no, it won't be under that. We'll search for txt groups and users, and we'll have a quick look down the sidebar. Here it is. So this is the code that changes the text of it, and here we should just need to refresh users, and we'll force that as well with a true parameter. If we build that one up to date, it should not say that. We just changed some code. Why is it? I'll tell it to rebuild. Oh well. So yeah. Now if we try it, we search for all, it's still, oh, what? Oh, this is different. So here we can type in all. Oh, so I think what's happening here, I think, is it's testing it, but see here, if we've got all and we press any character like backspace, it goes onto this, and now if we put the L back again, it goes into this. So I think it's not showing the current filter, but the last filter. I wonder, let's bring up the code again. It's not inside any of the if statements, it's just in the sub. The sub is called on key down. It might be because we're calling this on key down and the text hasn't been put into the text box on key down. So I wonder if we do this on key up and then remove all this. We just want to refresh it when the user keys up. We build that again. Succeeded. So we close that and open the program. Hey, see, now you can see that's working. So if we type in all, we only get the all group chat on the time that we're typing it in, and now we can type in something else and it will change straight away. Or if we want to search for my name, Alec, then we only get this instance, the all group is gone. So that's that working now. The test failed on the initial one, but we've managed to fix it. So we'll put that down as a partial pass or something. What's the next test? Next test is 10.1. Users can search the chat for strings. Aha, I hope we don't have the same problem again. So to bring this up is, it's gone off screen here. That's not an issue with the program, but rather than the way it's being built, because obviously I rebuilt it there. If I open the chat form, I've got to restart it with 100% scaling rather than the native scaling, otherwise it builds it wrongly. If we build it again, it's already up to date. Rebuild the solution, one succeeded. Great, so now we can close that again. That's just a bug with Visual Studio, not with the program. So now if we press Control F, it doesn't come up. Well, that does not normally happen. See, if we restart it with scaling, ooh, where's that gone? Come back. There we go. So if we build this, one succeeded, save, and then reopen the view model, try and move that in a bit, and then build it again. This time it should work. Control F. Yeah, see, there you go. That's just a problem with automatic display scaling on high DPI screens. So because I'm using a 1440p screen, it kind of moves off to the side using the build tool. But anyways, you can bring up the search box using either Control F or clicking chat and search, and that brings up this search box. Anyways, test 10.1 is searching for the string search. Here I'll have to put some more text in. Searching the text box. New message here. Search 2.0. Search blah 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 blah. Oh, I've spelled that wrong. And then some more random typing, and here. Hopefully that's good enough. Anyways, 10.1 is with highlight matches set to off and only show matches set to off. And now we search for the string search. So here you see that we still get all of our text in the text box and nothing's being changed. That's because nothing's selected. So that's how it should be, even though that we've typed something in, nothing's actually changing, which is good. 10.2 is now enabling highlight matches. If we enable that, yeah, we should see that we still get all of the text from the chat, but instances of this search text are highlighted so you can see them more easily. Test 10.3 is testing without highlight matches and only show matches on. And here you can see we don't get any highlighting, but we are limited down to only messages which contain this string that we're searching for. And you see we get these three, which is the normal behavior that we're looking for. And then 10.4, our final one, is also enabling, again, highlight matches, and we get the highlights back, which is what should be happening. So that's exactly how it should be. Yeah, we can close that again, and that's all. I can go through some other parts of the program, such as the group chats. Here you can see I've only been talking to my own chat here, but the group chat, you can type in messages, and then when you send them, everyone else who's in the chat, obviously it's just me here at the moment now, but if there were other people, they would also receive them, and you can chat to multiple people at a time. Under general, you've also got an option for run at startup, and that will bring up the chat program as soon as you start or log in, which is useful for, well, just making sure you don't forget to open the program and then miss a lot of messages. That's just to help teachers with that. Yeah, you've also got the clear chat history option, which clears all of your local history for that chat, and only the one that you're currently in. And we've also got the spell check feature, which I don't, like these ones I don't have a specific testing section for because they're not as critical to the function of the program like the other ones. are closer to what teachers would actually need every day, whereas these features that I'm showing off now are more like nice to have for the program. They're not essential to the everyday working. Here you can see if I type in a normal word, it's fine, but if I type in again, but I miss the T and I click the R, which is right next to it, you can right click on that and you can add this word to your dictionary, or you can select some options for which one you want to change it to. And this changing of the words is based on a custom Levenstein distance algorithm that I made for the program. A default Levenstein distance algorithm works on seeing how many operations you have to get from one word to another. So like if you change just one letter here and like the D is right next to the, there's only one letter that's changed, so that would be one operation. Or if you changed two, like I missed both the S and the T, then that would be a Levenstein distance of 2, because you need 2 operations to get back. And my algorithm changes this to also encompass the distance between keys on the keyboard. So if I type in like door and I accidentally misspell it as doot, then you get door or dolt, because these are the closest in proximity letters to the keyboard, so you get more accurate results, and that makes it a whole lot easier. Anyways, that was a quick overview of my chat program. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching.